For 80 years, air power meant one thing: bigger, faster, more expensive. A fighter jet costs more than most small countries' entire defense budgets. It takes a decade to build and years to train a pilot to fly it. Well, that has changed. Today, a single soldier can carry the same kind of precision strike capability in a backpack. No runway, no pilot, no multi-million-dollar price tag. The wall wasn't technology, the wall was cost. And one company has spent 20 years quietly tearing down that wall. Most people still think of this company as a toy drone maker, something that builds camera-equipped quadcopters for the army to peek over a hill. They couldn't be more wrong. This is AeroVironment, ticker AVAV, and it isn't selling reconnaissance toys anymore. It's selling the weapon itself. But here's the secret: the market is still pricing this like it's 2019. This company just went from a single product drone shop to a 4-domain defense platform: air, land, space, and cyber in under 12 months. And the stock is trading like nobody's noticed. And here is where it gets mind-bending. The product at the center of this story is called Switchblade. It's a loitering munition, which is a clean way of saying it's a missile that thinks before it commits. A traditional missile is dumb. You point it, you fire it, and it hits whatever's in its path. But Switchblade is different. It launches from a tube, pops out small wings mid-air, and flies like a drone towards its target area. Then it waits. It loiters. The operator watches a live video feed on a tablet and decides, in real time, whether to strike, abort, or retarget. The operator can essentially decide at the last second to abort if a civilian walks into the frame. It's the difference between a bullet and a decision. No runway, no fast jet pilot, no multi-million-dollar abort costs if the mission changes its mind. Just a £4 system that fits into a backpack and the strike capability that used to require an air force. So why can't rivals just copy this? Because building a one-shot GPS-guided, encrypted, tube-launched aircraft that's also disposable and cheap enough to mass-produce is a manufacturing problem, not a drawing board problem. AeroVironment has spent years expanding the Switchblade family. The 600 Block 2, the 400, the 300 Block 20, to cover everything from close-in strikes to long-endurance anti-armor missions. And it just achieved the first ever launch of a Switchblade 600 from an MQ-9A drone using satellite control. That's not a startup demo, that's a production line capability that took years to earn. And the Switchblade isn't even the whole company anymore. Here's the second part of this story that almost nobody seems to be talking about. In 2025, AeroVironment acquired a company called BlueHalo, and BlueHalo doesn't make drones at all. It makes directed energy weapons, the kind that uses focused energy instead of a projectile to disable a threat. And it builds space communication systems that let satellites and ground forces talk to each other through contested, jammed environments. That's a completely different engineering discipline than a tube-launched missile. You've got optics, power systems, orbital mechanics, and none of this seems to overlap with backpack hardware, at least not on paper. So why put them under one roof? This is because the battlefield AeroVironment is building for doesn't separate those problems anymore. A modern engagement might involve a Switchblade strike on the ground, a directed energy weapon knocking out an incoming drone ahead, and a space-based link relaying the whole picture back to command, all in the same 90 seconds. You see, a competitor that only builds one piece of this chain can only sell the component. AeroVironment is trying to sell the entire kill chain. One company, 4 domains, same engineering DNA. So let's have a look at what this actually means on the balance sheet. AeroVironment's most recent quarter, fiscal Q3, ended January the 31st, posted revenue of $408 million, up 143% year over year from $167 million. And yet the company reported a GAAP net loss of $156 million. Why? $151 million goodwill impairment after the government issued a stop work order on the Badger phased array antenna program. Strip that one-time charge out and the non-GAAP earnings were a positive 0.64 per share, with adjusted EBITDA more than doubling $44.5 million from $21.8 million a year earlier. So this is a company absorbing a real hit on one program, while its core weapons business accelerates underneath it. Funded backlog stood at $1.1 billion as of January the 31st. Built on record global demand for Switchblade tied to current conflicts. plus the newly integrated BlueHalo book of business. For context, that backlog figure is nearly 7 times what this company's entire annual revenue was just 3 years ago, and that 1.1 billion is just the funded number. Reporting around the same period put the company's total contract ceiling, funded and non-funded, combined as high as 3.5 billion, a figure built in part on a 186 million army delivery order under a 990 million multi-year lethal unmanned system contract. For a full fiscal year 2026, AeroVironment now guides to 1.85 to 1.95 billion in revenue. The company is sitting on 8.71 billion in market cap, a valuation the market hasn't fully priced in yet, even as the underlying weapons business has compounded. Clinical numbers, real growth, a real wound from one cancelled contract. 2 dates matter here. AeroVironment reports fourth quarter and full fiscal year 2026 earnings after market close on Monday, June the 29th. The first full read on how Switchblade Surge and the BlueHalo integration are actually performing together. Then, just over a few weeks later, the company hosts an investor day in New York City on the 8th of July where management lays out the next phase of the strategy in detail. And there is a wildcard still in play. AeroVironment's CEO has said the technology already exists to let Switchblade run without humans confirming the target. Right now, a person still makes that final call. Now, whether that stays true is the most uncomfortable question in this entire story. And here's where this leaves us. A company that everyone still files under drone market just quietly became a 4-domain defense platform. And it took a real painful hit on one space contract along the way. The stock is currently pricing in a wound and has not yet priced in the backlog. 2 earnings reports and 1 investor day from now, we will know the story was right. Is AeroVironment a broken space bet or the most underpriced name in autonomous defense? We will find out on June 29th. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This is Sundance from My Stock Harbor. Keep your course steady, guys.